Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you all got the latest updates installed on your Sims, version 1.2.7.0, and welcome back to another update on Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Last week we explored some major fixes and updates coming to the sim, and today I'm curious, as you all are, to dive into what's new, as the developers have been hard at work addressing community feedback and improving our sim experience. In my last video, I discussed some of the issues plaguing the launch, from server stability to the CDN problems causing crashes. Now the good news is that we've seen significant progress since then. Patches 1 and 2 made major improvements, and now patch 3 is out, officially, bringing even more exciting fixes and enhancements to the sim. But what exactly did patch 3 bring to the table? Let's jump straight into the details and see how it addresses some of the most vocal concerns from the community. Before we dive right in, thank you for tuning in today, and I'm Chickmanglo. Every week we bring you the latest on what's hot at the sim, so please consider subscribing as it can greatly support my channel. Now patch 1.2.7.0 brings over 250 fixes. Yes, fixes and improvements across stability, performance, aircraft systems, missions, covering all aspects of the sim. Now key highlights include crash fixes, reduced memory usage, enhanced aircraft textures, expanded nav data, improved airport level of details, a needed one, and extensive mission adjustments. Now backwards compatibility has been refined, and tools like Scenery Editor and SDK have received significant updates. Let's talk about the major highlights from patch 3. Now the dev team have been listening closely to the community feedback, and thanks for all your comments. And this patch is a good example of that dedication. Here are the major updates in patch 3, stability and crash fixes. Those related to the audio system, FX system, and memory usage for volume-enabled aircraft have been resolved. These fixes improve reliability for both PC and Xbox players. A safe mode pop-up has been introduced which benefits us, helping players recover from crashes that could be caused by problematic community or marketplace packages. Performance optimizations. Status. They've been caused by panel cameras which have been reduced, and the sim's boot time has been optimized for a quicker start. FPS and excessive memory usage, particularly on high-end systems, have been addressed, ensuring smoother gameplay for all of us. Now aircraft-specific fixes. Popular ones like the Cessna 172, Boeing 737 and Airbus helicopters have seen numerous updates, improving functionality for electrical systems as expected by the way, cockpit interactions and liveries. Persistent level of detail (LOD) issues have been resolved, ensuring aircraft models and texture display correctly at various distances. Let's talk about world and visual updates. It brings significant improvements to the visual fidelity, upping our realism. And here's a closer look at the key changes. Runway lighting fixes. They've been fine-tuned to ensure better visibility and accuracy, particularly during nighttime operations. Now previously some players reported issues with lights being either too dim or unrealistic, meaning too bright, and this patch addresses those concerns to create a much better experience. Improved level of detail for major airports. Now this includes enhanced level of detail, ensuring that the airport buildings, structures can load with greater detail even at varying distances. It reduces popping effects and improves the visual consistency, so to speak, of airports when approaching or taxiing, keeping it a bit more real. Resolved terrain and vegetation clipping. Terrain clipping, where parts of the landscape would appear unnaturally, cut off or overlap incorrectly. This has been addressed in several regions, not just selected ones. Now floating trees or misplaced plants, some of us have seen this in airports, have also been resolved, giving a much more natural feel to the environment and being much more accurate. Regional enhancements. Specific areas have received attention to fix visual anomalies, including corrected terrain issues near coastal areas and cliffs. Improved vegetation density and placement for a realistic appearance. Adjusted water textures under bridges and around landmarks. This can always give a more polished and an immersive feel. Whether you're on an approach or flying low over scenic landscapes, these can always serve better. And of course it's going to improve the sim overall. Carrier mode adjustments. Exaggerated turbulence and wind conditions that have been toned down to improve realism and balance in carrier mode. Now bugs affecting mission progression. scoring, and aircraft wear and tear have been resolved. Let's talk about user experience improvements. Now, players can have more control over the library, where they have the ability to disable or enable stream packages. Issues with rolling cache and download flexibility have been addressed, catering to players with bandwidth or storage limitations. Community wishlist and feedback. While many issues have been addressed, the team is also working on several wishlist items based on community feedback. So the more problems or suggestions we voice out, the better for us. Now, some of the wishlist items include the ability to unencrypt default aircraft for modding purposes, more variety in career mode aircraft and missions, a quick reload option for modders and devs, offload downloads for specific game parts to reduce bandwidth limitations. If you haven't already, make sure to vote or voice your concerns on the official forums. And the team have been incredibly receptive for player feedback, which makes sense. We mentioned about 250 fixes. Yes, a comprehensive set of improvements, including appropriately 20 fixes for stability and performance, 22 general bug fixes, and 6 backward compatibility fixes. Now, the update enhances over 50 aircraft models, addresses 15 core system issues, and implements 13 flight system improvements, including updates to flight planning and nav data. Carrier mode and missions receive around 25 and 20 fixes, while the world sees 40 improvements to airports, points of interest, and terrain. Better experience for all of us. Now, additional enhancements include 8 fixes for activities and backward compatibility, 7 for dev mode, over 15 for the scenery editor, and 20 updates to SDK and tools like Blender and SimConnect. A number of fixes. And while Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 continues to evolve, Patch 3 would be a way to see the team's commitment to addressing community concerns and improving the sim experience. There's plenty to look forward to as the team works tirelessly to deliver a stable and an immersive sim for all. What are your thoughts on Patch 3? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to get notified for future releases. As always, it's been a true pleasure. And until next time, bye bye for now.